It's Lady Zamar coming through with a brand new single, Dreaming. The music video is out as well. Log on to www.transafricaradio.net. But nonetheless, hashtag lifestyle is still giving you nothing but 100% African music. We had Darko Vibes straight out of Ghana, and he titles that one Mercy. And as well as Muzi comes through featuring Okay Malum Cool Cats with New Day. But nonetheless, I had told you that I'm going to be hanging out with Donald, who's in the building with me right now. We've been having a whole lot of conversations off air. And I'm like, this guy is stealing all the content. We should be talking all of these things on air. How you doing, Donald?
I'm alright, Zola. What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm chilled. I'm easy.
I love your name, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Zola. And wait, listen to my intro.
Yeah.
Zola, Gxagxisa,
yeah.
to be quite precise. Thank you very much. Yes.
So you Zulu?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm Xhosa.
Xhosa. Oh, nice.
Yes. And you are? What are you?
Tswana.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. But nonetheless, Donald, thank you so much for actually coming through. You've been in the game for a minute.
Yeah.
And when I mean a minute, I don't mean just like literally a minute, but like a while.
Yeah.
And it's actually good to actually have you in studio with us. 2018 has been a rather interesting year for many artists.
Yeah.
How has it actually been for you?
It's been rather interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of changes that I have experienced this year in my career personally, and I think it's a good year.
Yeah.
Because last year was very difficult. I had I released 2 projects that were so taxing.
Yeah.
In every possible way, because I released a visual album, first ever visual album in Africa last year.
Yeah.
Something More. And then I released the Red Mic Experience, the concert, the DVD concert, and then I released Raindrops featuring Tiwa Savage,
which I actually loved. I just need to put it out there.
Song?
Yeah, I really do.
Thank you. Then so it was very busy, but I also felt like for me last year, the Something More album and what happened last year was an end of an era for me. You know? And this year was literally the year where I felt like things are changing, and the Donald brand is going into a totally different phase, if I should put it that way. So so it's been a year of reinvention and some new ideas, and it's been good.
So basically, the Donald that we knew back then is not the same Donald that we have now. So what has changed?
It's the same. I'm just progressing.
Yeah.
As a man, I'm growing. Also, as a man, I'm growing up. I'm a grown ass man. Damn.
I'm a grown ass man.
I used to be a boy when I first released I Deserve. I was just a little boy,
And
I was just an excited little boy who just always wanted to be in this and to finally get the recognition by the continent, not just the country, but just the whole continent.
Yes.
Like, the first 3 singles became smash hits in the continent. It was really fulfilling for me, and the journey has been very interesting because it has had highs, very high highs, and like some lows too. Trust, a lot of people would never ever think that someone like me goes through lows, but
but it actually does happen. And off air you were telling us that it actually took years before you actually popped off. And when did I Deserve actually get its big break, and who was it that was like, yo, that track it's gonna be amazing?
I still remember I actually dropped the song in 2011. A lot of people think I dropped the song in 2012 because most people really got to know the song in 2012. But I actually dropped it in like, it was September, October 2011. And then a few stations started playing it, but like very like a little bit of airplay here and there. And then I think there's a guy called Zola, right? He used to work for Live Amp. He was a content producer for Live Amp. I met up with Zola in December, and I was having a conversation with him. I was, telling him, Amfana, I've got some songs coming up. I've got my song right now. It's playing on the radio. It's playing in some cars. I've heard it a few times. I've even heard it in the taxi because when I used to take a taxi,
and you'd be like, that's
I would hear my song playing on the radio. It was interesting. And I would try not to let people know that it's me because, dude, like, you got your song playing on the radio and you're in the taxi. But I was telling him, I'm like, yo, man, I've got a song playing now. I would love to come on Live Amp, And then he was like, Ishmpana, the only people we we are able to bring onto the show are like guys who've got songs that are really like getting enough airplay or whatever. Even if you knew, but the song has to be getting a lot of airplay. And then he was like, "What's your song?" I'm like, dog, you don't know my songs. He's like, no, I mean, what's your song? Because I don't think
no,
I know
really,
it.
I want to know what.
And then I was like, no, it's the love I know I deserve. And he was like, what?
That's your song.
So that's when I realized, damn, I think this song, like people already know the song on the ground,
but they just didn't
know who I was because I just also like I didn't know how to make myself. I was still hustling. Mm-hmm. So believe it or not, I confirmed a live amp interview at an event in December to do it in January, at the end of January.
Yeah.
And I still remember it was the last interview that Bonang did on live amp before she left.
So you got your
I got my Bonang interview, you know? And like I'll be honest with you, after that interview, absolutely everything changed because like this song started trending everywhere.
Yeah.
I got a call from Nolene to come on 3 Talk, like literally 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
And then I got like a call, and then all of a sudden, like I was getting calls. Like literally, my team didn't have to call like Yo TV or to hustle for interviews. No, we were getting calls for me to come on to do interviews, and that's basically how I would say my life changed.
So when was the first moment that you realized that I'm a big deal? I'm actually famous.
Everybody
knows me.
It's very difficult actually to realize the change.
Yeah.
You do see it, but like it's very like weird. Yeah, it's very gradual and weird and like very confusing too, because you know yourself as just a normal dude and you do the things that you want to do and everyone doesn't really care. And then all of a sudden, like everywhere you go, you can feel, man.
Everybody's looking at you now.
Like, what's wrong with? Like, am I not wearing the right shirt? Like, am I dirty?
No, but it's actually not.
You know, that's what happened. Like, you know, but here's the thing. It wasn't as confusing for me because I've always this is something that I've always wanted.
Yeah,
you know? I've always prepared myself. I've always I used to with my friends. I used to practice what it's like now to be famous.
Oh, really?
You know, this is what how I'm gonna be walking. You know, this is how I'm gonna talk to the fans. So I literally practiced for this.
So you were like, listen, this is what's gonna happen.
This is what's going to happen.
Actually,
like I knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of when it's going to happen. But I think for me, when it did eventually happen, I noticed that it changed me as a person. You know, I used to be overly. I used to be. I would say I was a little bit arrogant.
Yeah.
You know, I was too confident in myself and my capabilities.
And this is before the fame.
This is before the fame altogether. Because in every school I went, I was popular.
Yeah.
I think also that was part of practice. You know, because I always sang in the school thingy functions, and then I became that guy who sings.
That everybody
knew.
Guy,
okay, you know what I mean? But I was very confident in myself that I'm that dude, you know, and also the ladies love me. So
hey, it's just a win-win situation.
But the music industry has a way of humbling you without you even realizing, because you know, like the love. If you become an artist that is loved by the people so much, you notice a lot about the power of the gift that God has given you. That it's not just. It's not just that you can sing. Yeah, it's way bigger than you.
Way bigger than you.
Yeah, you're a messenger. You're here to change people's lives. Because I've got people coming to me saying, "Dude, like you don't understand how your song literally changed my whole perspective." Yeah.
I think that's deep. Amazing.
Yeah.
So what keeps you humble now, with everything happening around you? What is that one thing that you could say keeps you humble?
I think the love that I get from the people, from the mothers, the aunties, like because I've got like. My following literally starts from kids to like
the
old ladies.
People.
Yes. You know, getting you know, male that doesn't know who I am come to me and say, you know, my child, you are such a blessing, you know, to these kids. I hope that a lot of these kids are learning from you and just how you are, how humble you are. Like that humbles me even more.
Yeah.
Every single day. I always say, you know, our generation, some of our biggest problems that we always want to close out the older generation.
Yeah.
Because we always are about, no, but this is our time. It's the new school. The new school is we don't want to learn. Yeah, they don't get it, whatever. But we don't want to learn about wisdom. You know, old people have wisdom. There's a lot that they've been through. They've been young before too.
Yeah.
So I think older people have really being able to sing and touch an older person's heart has humbled me even more, and has allowed me to also know how I can be an inspiration to young people. Yeah,
I absolutely love that. So when we get back, we're going to talk about your hardships within the industry.
Yeah.
And as well as you got a brand new single that
Yes,
we want to get into.
Yes, I do.
And we want to know all your projects. And actually, I even have a little game that I'm actually going to play with you because we want to get to know Donald, the one with
I'm not very good with games, but it's
don't worry.
all good.
It's all about you. It's all about you so you can relax. Keep it locked to Trans Africa Radio. And like I said, any questions that you want to ask Donald right now, it's +2 779 254 4329. And the song that I'm about to play
that song
is my personal favorite. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go in right now.
This is Trans Africa Radio.
From the outside, I'm waiting for your touch, girl.
I swear the song is gonna test my vocal abilities right now. I'm trying to reach the high notes.
I see you out there trying to be Tiwa Savage.
I'm trying to be Tiwa Savage. I absolutely love this collabo that you actually had going on. How did the two of you actually come to working together?
So we've been talking about this actually since 2013.
Really?
Yeah, like I never even knew that like she knew my music and she respected what I did.
Yeah.
So we met in 2013. We spoke about it at an award ceremony somewhere in South Africa, and then we spoke about it. It never really happened up until last year. I had the song. I met up with her at another award ceremony, and I was like, "Listen, I've got the perfect song. I'm about to release a big album, and I need you on it.
To
like
actually
no
jump
matter
on
what."
it, yeah.
Sent her the song. Literally after a week, she sent back some vocals.
Oh, she
from
didn't
Nigeria.
waste any time, and she was like,
she recorded in Nigeria and then sent it back.
And she
to
was
me.
like, "Yo, I also want to be in the music video as well."
That's it. That she came to Joburg, then we did the music video, and that's it, man. It's one of the most special songs I've ever done, most special collaborations I've ever done.
It's special.
And by the way, I'm actually going to get a chance to perform this song with her.
Really?
At the concert in December at FMB.
Yes,
What's
the global
the Global Citizen.
Yes,
yeah.
you're going to be there?
I'm going to perform with her.
Oh, go back for tickets.
Talk to Temba.
Temba
knows people.
Temba's the plug right now, so we want to be those individuals. But like to even perform on a stage like that where Jay-Z's going to be on, Beyonce's going to be on.
I can't wait.
How does it
I've got her to thank because she's like, "Yo, dude, check this out. December. What's the date again?
On the first. Is it the first
or the day before? One of the two. Yeah, she's like, "Dude, let's get it." I was like, "Well, hey."
Did you ever even anticipate this much success when you even began, though? Because then we do see ourselves, at a certain point in our lives, but then
you don't necessarily think about just how far exactly it will go. I think for me, the moment when I realized that, oh wow, okay, cool, sharp, God, I see you.
Yeah, like I see what you're doing.
is when I was at the BETs in 2013 and I was a nominee and I was walking the red carpet with like I remember I had Robin Thicke in front of me, while answering the questions, to the journalist, and Robin Thicke was right here next to me, and I even asked to take a picture, and like it was just, and then inside the I think it was the Vodacom. What is it called again? That where they do the BETs?
What's
the theater?
Please help us.
Yeah, no, man.
No.
The BTs in whatever. But that theater, it's a very popular theater. Yes. While we were inside, I noticed that right in front of me, the row in front of me, there was Megan Good and her husband. Like it was like, okay,
I would have been like, this is surreal right now.
Yeah, and then like a couple of rows away, it was there was Kevin Hart, Nicki Minaj, and I was like, okay, well, I guess this is what's possible. Like anything literally is possible in life. Like whatever it is that you dream of achieving, you can achieve. Yeah.
And I want to even get into the hardships within the entertainment industry as well. Looking from outside in, you think that it's the easiest thing. Oh, it's lights, camera, action.
I mean, let me just paint a picture for you. Let me paint a picture for you. This past weekend, I was in Bloemfontein. I had a show on Friday in Bloem. I had a show on I had 2 shows on Saturday, right? Yeah. And then woke up on Saturday, drove back to Joburg. When I got to Joburg, I just went to just fill up my bag, went into the car, drove to Polokwane, did the whole day on Monday of radio, different radio stations, about like 7 radio stations the whole day. Then went from Polokwane drove 6 hours to Nelspruit. Slept in Nelspruit, woke up in the morning, did another 5 radio stations, then drove back to Joburg. I haven't had time to like literally rest.
Actually like sleep.
That is how hard it is. And I've been doing this, literally this kind of a thing since 2012.
Yeah.
So it's been like 7 years of
game.
real hard work. Like you work hard in this industry. If you really want to be someone and like be consistent too, you have to work. Like there's no time to sleep. There's no time to wait for anyone do anything for you. Yeah, it's really, really difficult.
Sheesh.
So I've had my fair share of hardships, of doors getting closed in front of me. But you gotta keep going.
Sheesh, man, I don't know how I would have actually done it to actually keep so much consistency and to actually keep going.
I think for me,
hard.
the one thing that is probably the most important thing is loving what you do and respecting the people you do it for. So I have the utmost respect for my fans. Yeah.
And one fan that actually wants to ask a question roundabout now is Tato. So Tato wants to know, what do you want to be remembered for when it's all said and done?
So I want to be remembered as the, first of all, the Red Mic King, who came on this earth to remind this generation that it's okay to love one another.
Yeah.
With all the hate in the world that's out there, the jealousy and all the negativity. At the end of the day, if there's one energy that will save all of us, is love. That's it. I'm that guy.
I love it. So let's get into brand new music. Century Love. Dropped.
It's been dropped. Yes. It's been trending for a couple of weeks now.
Yes. Tell us about it, the thinking behind it, the concept, producing it, and featuring certain artists within it. Why?
Long story short, I went to Afrotainment to record something else. Actually, I was doing a song that I want to do with Sauti Sol from Kenya.
Yeah.
Then while I was there, I had a block. And then Bulo played me a beat, and I was like, oh, this is a hot beat. Started working on the song. Zanda came into the studio. I didn't even know she was coming. Came into the studio, started writing some words for me. She thought she was writing for me, just for me.
Yeah.
And and then for the first time, by the way, I've never let anyone write for me before. But she's absolutely talented.
Amazing, yeah.
So I then recorded that verse, and then she recorded more. She wrote more words, and I was like, well, you getting into the song.
Yeah.
And then she recorded her verse, and then Tira came later on into the studio. He was like, hey, I'm jumping in. That's basically how the whole thing happened, but the song has become really, like, with my followers and my fans on social media, they've really taken it to be like the soundtrack for how they can express themselves to their loved ones. And this is not just romantic love. This is
can be
love,
kind of love
for your friend, for your mother, for anyone that you really love. This is, you can call them your sanctuary love. So that's what it's become, man. And the video is coming out very soon. We're shooting it next week.
I was just about to ask, can I also be in the video? Is there a video vixen, a lead that's going to be?
I'm actually, for the first time, I'm actually working. I've got a campaign where I'm getting my fans to tell their stories, and the best stories are going to be featured on the music video. So I'm having my fans on the music video. So it's less about me,
and it's more about them this time. I absolutely love it. And I said that I want to play with the game with you real quick before you have to go. I know you have 25 minutes. Like, do we have like a good 10 minutes?
No, we don't.
5 minutes.
We don't.
5 minutes. Okay, a good 5 minutes. Like, I just got like a whole lot of questions to ask you because we want to know Donald a little bit better.
Let's try.
I'm gonna put the time in. It's 60 seconds, literally.
Okay.
You see.
Let's go.
We only got a minute. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Who was your first kiss?
Tabang. She was my best friend when I was young.
Stuck in an elevator with your crush. What do you do?
With my crush?
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm a very awkward person, so
nothing's gonna happen.
It would get very awkward. We'll talk. I'm a talker.
Really?
I'm not that aggressive.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Something I would never guess about you.
I'm silly.
Really?
Very.
Would you trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence?
Intelligence number one. I'm sorry. Like, that is the most important thing.
Weird food combination you enjoy?
Weird food combination. Jeez. Oh, okay. Yeah. 2-minute noodles with eggs.
Oh, I can't deal. Would you let your parents pick your partner for you?
Never.
Would you give up salt or sweets for life? So pick between the two, salt or sweets.
Okay, I'll give up sweet.
Do you brush your teeth before or after eating in the morning?
Before.
Do you have big or small feet?
Nah, small. Not small. Just like
just
proper
right
size. Yeah, just the right size.
And last question I have for you: worst pickup line that you've ever used on a girl?
I've never used a pickup line.
What? So how do you get the girls?
Everything I say sounds like a pickup line.
That is a pickup
I'm an R&B artist, guys. Guys, I'm an R&B artist.
That was like, a pickup line.
Everything I say sounds like a pickup. Like literally, I can't repeat it. So I can't repeat what I say to you, to her. If I'm hollering at you now, I'm gonna holler at her. I'm gonna say something totally different.
You see, levels.
And by the way, if you should know, I wasn't always as comfortable with women. Like,
really?
No.
So it took you a long time?
It took me a while. Like I had to like really study you guys because you're difficult.
So what have you learned about us women?
Like I learned a lot. I'm still struggling because you guys are just there's always a surprise, you know. But I'm not too bad. At least I can give a few guys some advice.
Yeah,
here and there.
Little something. Yeah. So is Donald in a relationship?
Currently not. Not looking. When she's ready, she'll meet me and we'll meet and we'll take it to the top. But I am ready for a family. I'm ready to get married. I'm that guy right now. Like I ain't got no time to play.
He's ready to get married. Yeah. Africa. He's ready for a kid.
Yes.
He's ready for that one person.
Yep.
So if Donald is the one for you, dial us on +277. But nonetheless, it's been absolutely amazing hanging out with you.
Thank
Century
you so much,
Love is what we're actually going to play out with.
Yes.
So be that individual to actually download it. It's on every
digital platform. Right? Yeah. And this is the beginning of the upcoming album that I'm probably looking at releasing sometime next year.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We are ready.
I'm looking at about 22 songs, double disc.
Yes.
Something, you know what I mean? Something very different. I don't like doing the same thing, you know?
Over and over,
so I think Century Love is that first song.
Have you thought of the name of the album?
The name of the album is already there, actually. It's called Her Name Is.
Her Name Is.
Yeah, so it's a celebration to women.
Yeah.
Just to remind women that they are actually amazing and they do matter, and their names actually matter.
Do you
in the
matter?
Scheme of things.
Yes.
That's the idea, because I do feel like, you know, a lot of women still need that reminder.
Yeah.
That they are everything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they can literally do and achieve anything that they want.
Before Temba kills us, I'm going to let you go now.
Also, Temba's mad because I'm just out here.
Temba, why are you mad?
Killing it.
Why are you jealous?
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can see,
because you see the ladies, the ladies are happy. You hurt.
Come on now he's hurt.
He's being a guy.
Century Love coming through from Donald. Follow him on all his social media platforms, and shout out to you.
Thank you so much,
coming through, man.
I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, you got a lot of talent, girl. You're natural. Kill it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, Donald. Please, did you get that on camera?
She got
Donald
that.
just said, Zola's got this.
She's killing
Thank
it.
you very, very much. Donald, marry me. Somebody from yes,
oh, wow.
is saying Donald, marry me.
It's gonna take a while just to get to know each other first.
Just another story of my life.
This is Trans Africa Radio.